Fun. Okay, so today we are talking about life. We're talking about life. We're talking about matters pro-life. And with me here I have Anne Kioko, the campaign manager for Citizen Go Africa. And she's one of the most vocal proponents of pro-life causes here in Kenya, especially on the issue of abortion and also other matters concerning sexuality. So welcome to the show.
Thank you, John.
Please welcome my guest. Yeah, all right, thank you. And now, I have several questions that I want to ask you first. Sure. But before we go into that, it's okay. Your mic is working. It's working perfectly. You'll not feel it,
okay.
But it's working. Okay. All right. So, but Citizen Go.
Yes.
What is it all about?
Well, Citizen Go is an NGO, non-profit, and it's made up of citizens on the go.
Citizens
on the go, meaning that we have like online subscribers. We work through online petitions, and we have like over 9 million subscribers whose work is to change the world, to defend life, family, and religious freedom through petitions. So what we do is that we have a website, www.citizengo.org. You just need to go there and you'll find so many petitions that are meant to defend life, family, and religious freedom all over the world.
All over the world.
Yeah, we have for Africa, we have for the US, we have for all those other countries. But here in Kenya, we have for Citizen Go Africa, and we focus mainly on Kenya and all the 54 countries in Africa. Yeah, and how it works is that once we sign a petition, we target a person who is in power, either a president, either a member of parliament, or a person who is making a bad decision that can affect the institution of life, the institution of family, and religious freedom.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So for example, if we have an issue on life, for example, the parliament in Kenya is coming up with a bill, like it has come up with a bill before on reproductive health that is actually promoting abortion. What we do is we go online, we write a petition targeting the member of parliament who has come up with that particular bill, and then we post it online. And online members, I mean, all the subscribers of Citizen Go, they go online, they sign, and every signature sends an email to that particular member of parliament.
Okay.
And they can receive like 1,000, 2,000, hundreds of thousand emails, and that's how we pressurize them to,
matters of life.
Yeah, to withdraw or to actually
withdraw this, maybe a bill or something like this.
To withdraw, to effect a change. An agenda. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Why are you so passionate about abortion yourself?
Well, I think I was born a pro-lifer. I was born. It's a long story from the day I was born. I think I was pro-life since my mother's womb. I was a victim. For example, my mother was undergoing crisis pregnancy. And I don't like telling this story because sometimes it gets me emotional. Yeah, but my mother was in a crisis pregnancy. She was about to abort me. Actually, she tried 3 times. It was not successful. And after some counseling, some love from the society, she was able to give birth to me. She was about to become a nun, and at the 4th year of her training, it happened. She got pregnant.
Someone smiled at her. Right.
Well, if you say so. Yeah, and it's everything that it is happening like this in our society today.
Yeah, it's happening.
Many young people are having crisis pregnancies, and what they think of doing is doing an abortion because the society has created norms that if you have a crisis pregnancy or you're not married and you're pregnant or nothing, the best thing to do is procure an abortion.
Have an abortion,
yeah. And in those ages of my mother, if you can imagine my age, if you can guess my age, in those ages you can imagine being pregnant without being married. It's
terrible.
Yeah, it was very pathetic.
Terrible.
Yeah.
And now, in Kenya, what are the statistics?
Well, right now we have over 3,000 abortions every year, and
3,000.
3,000 every year. That is abortions that are being carried out in our.
No, that's a bit conflicting. Some will say we are having almost in the tune of 300,000 abortions.
Well, sorry, yeah, 300,000 per year.
Per year is 300,000.
Annually, yeah, per year.
Annually is 300,000 abortions.
But
plus.
Those are statistics that we can trust because we don't like going by statistics that are carried out by people like Guttmacher Institute, IPPF. These abortion institutes that come up with very sensual, statistics like 4 out of 10 women is carrying out abortions. Those are statistics that we don't want to carry out because they are being carried out by pro-abortion people who are promoting abortion and who want to cause a conversation so that you can have legal abortion in Kenya or any other country. So it's like a person who is selling mangoes trying to promote mangoes. So Guttmacher Institute, IPPF, and any other pro-abortion institute, if they carry out statistics on abortion, we try to shelf them. We don't like to use in them.
So as you're saying, they say there's a lot of abortions in order to say people are already doing this, let's legalize it.
Exactly.
That's okay.
That's what they want to do. They want to say that, abortion is happening, we have a lot of it, and they make it like happen like it's very, very bad, and they're like, it's bad, let's legalize it. And after all, legalizing abortion doesn't mean that it makes it safe after all. It means that you still kill the baby, even when it is legal, At the end of the day, it's killing babies,
Well, there are women who would say, it is my right? It is my body. I can do whatever I want with my body, okay? The man has left, maybe he's a child of rape, come on. It is my body, I can do whatever I want with it. Just get away, this is my choice. And that's why people who are for abortion are referred to as pro-choice, right? Whereas those who are against abortion are referred as to, anti-choice, anti-abortion.
Anti-abortion, anti-choice, and all those words that they use, the bygones and all that. Well, yeah, they like calling themselves pro-choice, but I would call them pro-death people, because life begins at the moment of conception. That is when human life begins. And actually, if you're pro-life, you should know that life begins at conception and ends at natural death. Mark natural death, only when God takes it. Yeah, so when you subject yourself into a situation where you conceive a baby, it means that you already have a life of another person inside you. And that baby, that child you're carrying, has the inalienable rights. It has dignity, it has its own rights of life, and you're not supposed to decide on it. So these people who call themselves pro-choice, they're wrong about it, because once you conceive a child, that's when its rights starts. Okay. So you have your own body, and there's the body of that other child. So we cannot say that you have the right on that child.
What I'm saying is because there's some gynecologists who will say life does not start at conception. It starts after implantation. That's why when the zygote, the fertilized egg, has moved from the fallopian tube to the uterus, at the moment of implantation, which can take some time, from what I hear, that's where life starts, not at conception.
Well, if you get that kind of a doctor that is arguing on that ignorant point of view, I would like to refer them to one of my friends called Dr. Wahome, because he would be answered. Dr. Wahome is a gynecologist. He runs a medical clinic here in Nairobi called Mercy Clinic, and he has the answers about when life begins. So we should not believe in these doctors. Even in the medical grounds, we have those people who are pro-abortion, and they will come with any kind of story, to try to create that, that rhetorical story. Life begins at birth. Some will even say life begins at birth.
Yes.
You have heard it even in the US. What is happening? So when a person is trying to push a story that life doesn't begin at conception, this one we're not together. This one is pro-death, and you say stop. Because without telling you the truth.
Will you be able to create a communication, a dialogue, if we simply call each other, let's say, names? You are pro-death, oh, you are against choice, oh, you are pro-death. I mean, how do we build bridges so that we can be able to say, at the end of the day, we are people who are on opposite side of a very critical issue?
Yeah, that's a very important question, George. I've been at the UN at the CSW, Committee on the Status of Women, and it is usually crazy because here it's women from all over the world that are coming to the United Nations in New York to talk about matters life, abortion, comprehensive sex education, and all those other issues. And most of the people that come there are pro-abortion. I mean, they're coming there to push for the abortion agenda. But the few of us who are against abortion, what do? We go try to have a talk with them, to try to push some sense in them. I mean, we can have a conversation, we can have coffee, we can talk about this issue. And some of these people, most of the times, it's because they lack information. Yeah, we have even had coffee with even big dignitaries that have gone to the UN, and they never knew what they were coming to push. They were just paid some token and the flights and everything, accommodation, and they are here to push an agenda representing their own country. They don't know what they are saying. They just know they are here to push an agenda. But once you push some sense in them, they will understand. Maybe, yeah, I think what we need to do is actually have that conversation and get into some leverage at some point.
Okay, perfect. Now, there are some people say you're not realistic because, okay, let's say a 15-year-old, a 14-year-old, a 13-year-old girl who can conceive has been raped and now is pregnant, right?
Yeah. Those are some of the questions that come up. Like this is a rape case. You know, we have a woman with a cancer. You know, and she's pregnant. Do you say that we do not need an abortion? The other thing they can say is that the person has a pregnancy on the tube. You know, they need an abortion. Yeah, but if a person really is for life, is for saving that child, I think they would consider the best interest of both the child and the mother. And when it comes to a rape case, I know how difficult it is. You know, the mental
challenges that comes with that.
It's difficult. Yeah, but what we should look at first is counseling. Can counseling work? Because there are two lives involved, that of the mother and that of the child. Yeah, let's try all things possible to save both the mother and the baby.
The mother and the baby.
Yeah, we should actually, excuse me, most of the times we think we are solving a problem, but we are creating another problem. I've interacted with post-abortion
post-abortive mothers.
Post-abortive mothers, yeah, correct. Yeah, and after carrying out the abortion, they thought they were solving a problem. But the post-abortion syndrome is even worse than if the baby was there. Especially when if you give birth to that baby and you give the baby for adoption, you can be knowing at least I saved a life, the baby is surviving somewhere else. And there are so many adoption agencies that are here everywhere. So I wouldn't advise anybody to go for an abortion.
You're not advised. Okay.
No.
Now, still on that, there are people who fight against abortion, right? You are simply fighting for women to give birth, but you're not fighting for them to be able to have the resources to bring up the child. Okay. So you have told me don't abort. All right, as a lady. Okay, I'm saying as a lady. Yeah? You've said don't abort. Right? Okay. I have not aborted. I have the child. Now what? I don't have money. I don't have any support. You are gone to protect to defend the next unborn baby. What about me? What about the structures that are making me unable to raise my child? What about my poverty? What about my misery? What about it?
Yeah. That's something that always is a challenge. I've counseled like a couple of girls who have come to my office. Like one of them came when she was 6 months pregnant and she was schooling. I won't reveal that in school because I don't want people to suspect. Yeah, and she came saying her main challenge, she's in school and she wants to go on with her life. She's from a single mother and she doesn't want to cause her mother some disappointment and all that. But when we spoke and talked, you know, and we were able to have a conversation. Actually, it was very difficult for me to convince her not to have an abortion. Actually, let me just start from where it started. She thought she was coming for an abortion because I ran a page called Stop Marriage Stops Kenya, and everybody thinks it's marriage stops, and marriage stops are very known for carrying out abortion. So most of the ladies are inboxing, you know, can I come have an abortion? And God forgive me because I try to, sometimes if I see it's the worst case, I say, okay, fine, come, let's have this abortion. But when you come, we have this other kind of a conversation. Yeah, so this particular lady came, she was very ready with some money, with all those, paraphernalia that they carry for abortion. But after several days of our conversation, she was able to keep the baby. And of course, she was worried about life, what next. And today she has a baby and she just graduated from her school. And she's now going to get a job. So life continues and God provides. Like you just played the song Nerea. It's a very classic, I like that song because it actually states the facts. God provides. But still, we are working to see there's some source of income that is coming in. Like Dr. Kagia, there's a doctor called Dr. Jane Kagia. She has Kyoto rescue centers. If you go there, you learn how to make beads, you learn how to be creative. I mean, you learn life skills on how you can create your own money. Yeah, so we are trying our best, and we know with resources and with government support, we can do better.
Yeah. That's great. What still I'm asking is, you don't hear the pro-life, if there is a question of abortion, you hear the churches coming forward, you hear the pro-life voices coming forward. But when people are dying because of, take for example, the Salai Dam, or because of other causes, life that is also sacred, you don't hear the same voices coming. People are dying of hunger. People are dying because of lack of resources. People are dying because of natural disasters, all right? Where are the voices that usually are very strong when children are being aborted in their mother's womb? But where are they when also people are dying because of, other causes that also need to be fought against?
You see, at Cizengo, we believe that life begins at conception and ends at natural death. Yes, and all those issues that are affecting life before the natural death, they need to be fought, because we believe in human dignity of a person until they die. I think you are wrong when you say that we don't do anything, because if you go to the Citizen Go website, Citizen Go Africa website, if you go to the Citizen Go website, you will see somewhere that will be directed to go to the African petitions. We did a petition for the Solai Dam. We did a petition for those who perished also in Tanzania when we had floods, because we believe this is a cause that can be,
is threatening life and needs to be fought against.
Yes, and the government can do better. So we did petitions.
You did fight that, which is brilliant, which is pretty good. Then why is it? What would you say is the reason why many people tend to associate with pro-life people with simply being against abortion?
Because they are not educated. Anyway, let me not just, because actually we are not given a lot of platforms to speak about who being pro-life is.
Yes.
Like to get a TV interview, we have been judged so harshly. Like, these people, no, you cannot bring these people there, to the TV station. Even when you do a press release, a press statement, it is very unlikely for it to be carried out there, because I don't know why. And anything Christian, when we air it, like the other day we did a press release. I did a press release on a girl who is abducted in Nigeria by Boko Haram, and no media aired it. It's only in our websites. So it's the lack of platform. We have not educated ourselves about who being pro-life is, because I believe, personally, everybody is born a pro-lifer. Nobody is born otherwise. Everybody is born pro-life.
Okay.
Everybody is born pro-life. All
right, now I have a question here, written for you. Should legalizing abortion help? Would you think it would help, as they say, when it comes to the case of marijuana, weed, smoking in some countries like the US? They say if you legalize it, then it will go down because there is no war against it. There are those who say if you legalize abortion, then it will go down. What is your take on this? You have gone practically to every country in the world.
Well, actually, let me leave the marijuana example. Let me just use the abortion example, because that's the question. If you go to the United States, they legalized abortion after the Roe versus Wade judgment, the ruling. And after Roe versus Wade, that is when now abortion started, like a real deal. The statistics went high, and it actually spread not only in the US, but to the whole world. And if you see, the US is they are the ones that have been pushing for abortion, even in Africa. Most of the countries that have legalized abortion is because one way or the other, they have some support from the US, or they have been influenced by the US, and they have been given donor funds that have ties. You have to legalize abortion. Because it is already legal in the US. And look, the other day they also legalized. They did a very let me not use the word I wanted to use, a ruling on homosexuality after the Obajfel case. What happened? They legalized it, and it's happening like big deal now. So I cannot say that legalizing abortion is the way to go.
It opens other doors.
Yeah, it opens and it is like telling people now, go ye have abortions, And it doesn't mean that when you legalize abortion, you are actually making it safe. People will still die, mothers will still die when aborting. Children will die, actually. It is like legalizing death of babies, like they did in Ireland the other day. Yeah, and it's a very sad case.
It's a sad situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, before we go for a break, I want to take it back to the red band before we go for a break. Now, I still have a question for you.
Oh yeah.
I had not put the red band on the. You are not come at this time, but I will actually put you here before so that you can go for a short break. But before we go there, what are some of the negative effects, briefly, of abortion on women? And after the break, I want you to tell what is the role of the man in the whole journey. Yeah? But before we go for a break, could you just tell us briefly what are the negative effects of abortion on a woman?
Yeah, like I said there before, when you're having an abortion, you think you're having a solution. Like it's a solution to so many things in your life. Like you're going to become a girl again. But at the end of the day, what you're forgetting is that you're going to become a mother still, but a mother of a dead baby. That is one thing. And if you go out there, you'll meet organizations that are working with women who have had abortions, and they want to commit suicide. They have complications. Some of these women can never actually give birth again because there was some, maybe the uterus was perforated, or there were complications when the abortion happened. It's not like, it's actually like very smooth when you're going for an abortion. If you see the kind of methods they use to kill the babies in the womb, very traumatizing. Like they can cut the baby and then suction it. The others kill the baby when it's in the womb, and then they suction it again. And others use tablets, and all these have side effects one way or another. There's no smooth abortion that has ever happened from the interactions that I've ever had. And if it was successful and you healed and like physically you got healed, there's still that mental part of it. Like you still wonder if my kid was alive today. And you see your neighbor's kid, you think it could be this age. It could be, you know, it could be going to school. It could be like with blue eyes. Every time you're seeing a child and you're like, wow, my kid could be like this. Yeah, it's real. And we have interacted with women who have this kind of, it's called post-abortive syndrome. Yeah, others even want to contemplate suicide. They want to go and kill themselves because of this. Yeah, and it's not something I can advise a person to do. Yeah, but if there's a person actually who have done an abortion, I would want to encourage them. It's not the end of the world.
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
We'll be talking about what is the hope? Is there hope and healing for a post-abortive? We'll be talking about after the break, okay?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so we'll take a break right now. I hope you are enjoying this conversation. Please take the mic and get set. So we'll take a break right now. And as I said, please be part of this conversation. Send a text message to me on 22162. All right, ask a question to Ankioko, or say your suggestion as part of this conversation. And I'm going to give it to the red band. Please take us through.
Kando ya mto wa Babeli, hapo ndipo tulipoketi. Tutawezaje kuvuka huo mto wa Babeli? Kando ya mto wa Babeli, hapo ndipo tulipoketi. Tutawezaje kuvuka huo mto wa Babeli? Tutawezaje kuimba wimbo na huku bado tuko ugenini? Mkono wake wa kuume watuita. Tutawezaje kumtukuza na huku bado tuko kwa shetani? Mkono wake wa kuume watuita. Dunia ni sawa na Babeli, tutawezaje kuishinda? Tukiwa tuna Yesu, tutaweza kuishinda. Dunia ni sawa na Babeli, tutawezaje kuishinda? Tukiwa tuna Yesu, tutaweza kuishinda. Tutawezaje kuimba wimbo na huku bado tuko ugenini? Mkono wake wa kuume watuita. Na tutawezaje kumtukuza na huku bado tuko kwa shetani? Mkono wake wa kuume watuita. acha tamaa za dunia, twende tumfuate Yesu, yeye ndiye kimbilio na ukweli na uzima. Acha tamaa za dunia, twende tumfuate Yesu, yeye ndiye kimbilio na ukweli na uzima. Tutawezaje kuimba wimbo na huku bado tuko ugenini? Mkono wake wa kuume watuita. Tutawezaje kumtukuza na huku bado tupo kwa shetani? Mkono wake wa kuume watuita. Tutawezaje kuimba wimbo na huku bado tuko ugenini? Mkono wake wa kuume watuita. Tutawezaje kumtukuza na huku bado tuko kwa shetani? Mkono wake wa kuume watuita.
The Red Band is absolutely amazing. They're doing a brilliant work today. You know, we always have At Africa, but then they said, you know, let's also promote some talents, and the Red Band, all the way from Malindi, wamefanya kazi kabisa. So thank you so much. Give it up for them once again. Thank you. And now I want us to watch a small clip here about life as we continue with this conversation. We will watch a small clip here called Welcome to Life. All right, so right now we're going to watch a clip on Welcome to Life, and when we come back, we'll continue the conversation and a question or two from the audience. Awesome. I hope you have enjoyed that clip and that about life from the other from conception to birth, as we are mentioning here and having this conversation with Anne Kyoko. So there I've got some two texts here I want to read a bit chap here. One from Vincent Mokua, who says, I definitely love the topic and on the fact that it's being presented by Anne, one of the best pro-lifers I have ever met. Long live Anne Kyoko. All right, that's from Vincent Mokua. And then we've got another one from Star Masha from Twapa. And I said, I want to congratulate my little brothers in the red band. May God guide you and bless your brothers. Much love from home. Yeah, give it up. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. Keep those texts coming, as I said. Keep the text coming on 22162. If you have a question concerning abortion or pro-life, please do that. And then we keep this conversation going. So back to you. Now, I was asking the question of, is there hope for a woman who has experienced an abortion?
Yes, but first things first. That was a very nice clip. Thank you for playing it. It actually brings out the whole aspect from conception and actually until birth. Yeah, that was very perfect. Yeah, and about there being hope for people who have undergone abortions, there is. Because we believe one makes mistakes. Everybody is a human being. They fall, but it's upon them to rise. And what I can advise any viewer that has undergone an abortion and they feel traumatized, they feel like they hate themselves, that like they sin quite a lot, there's hope. They can still be back to normal.
Yeah.
There are people who are dealing with post-abortive syndrome. I can refer them to Pearls and Treasures here in Nairobi, actually Upper Hill, and they handle that. They handle people who have undergone post-abortive, syndrome. And because these people also have gone through abortions, 1 or 2, and they know, they can actually feel them. They can actually associate with them. They can actually, tell their own story. They can relate. So there's hope, and it's not the end of the world. You can still rise up and walk the path again. Do not give up.
You don't give up. Okay, so God's mercy forgives every sin.
Sure.
All right, and then finally, what's the role of the man? Many women say, if I only had received some support from the man, I would have.
Yes, and actually when it comes to crisis pregnancies, it's because the man has one way or another failed to play his role. Most of the girls that come or contemplate abortion is because the man has rejected this pregnancy, and it's only a very strong woman who'd say, okay, fine, you have refused to take responsibility, then I'll go on myself. But most of the ladies tend to think it's the end of the world when the man says no, and this is where most of the crisis pregnancies come about, and abortion and all that. So the role of the man here, if they take responsibility, because my friends like saying, choices have consequences. So if you're going to have intimacy with a woman, know that everything you are doing has consequences, and you should be ready to take responsibility.
I agree with you on that.
Yes.
But that's the part that some women say, man, this is none of your business, right? You start a conversation, you say you should not abort as a man, and you say, have you ever aborted? So you are told as a man, keep out this business. So does that not mean, okay, you're fine, okay, let me shut up?
Yeah, and it has happened before. I was watching a clip earlier today about some abortion clinic, marriage stops. A man was weeping when the woman was inside the abortion clinic. Carrying out an abortion on his kid, his child. And I watched it and I was very emotional because you could see this man was very much pained. He could feel his own child was being massacred in that particular clinic.
So not every woman who commits an abortion is doing so because the man didn't give support. There are those who go ahead.
Most of them do, but still there are some that do it on their own volition because they want to say they have the choice and all that.
Freedom and okay, all right.
But I can say that a pregnancy is a responsibility of two people, the man and the woman, and every person who is getting into a relationship, a young man or a lady, they should know that whatever choice they make, there's consequences, and they should be ready to take responsibility for them.
Okay.
Yes.
Give it up for Anne Kyoko, please. Yeah. Now, I know there's 2 questions without standing wherever you are. Who has the mic? Yeah, all right. Please ask your question. Brief to the point.
Good
Good evening.
Daniel Kalu from Malindi, Red Band advisor. My question to you, thank you for the initiative that you've been doing. And also, there's something I really don't understand when you say that there are some organizations which are towards or supporting this abortion. And you as an organization too, which you are also against that, what the initiative are you doing towards them and also to the people at Mashinani there? What are the measures which we are coming up with so that to ensure that people are discouraged from abortion? Because we understand that it's not very good. We understand it's not a good thing. And as you answer your question, I would like you to base your answers from the Bible. That is an example like 1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 16 and also 6:16 of the same Corinthians that we are not of our own, but we are the temple of. We are the temple of.
Okay. So what's your name, sir?
Daniel Kalu.
Daniel.
Yes.
Give it up for Daniel. All right. So please respond to his question.
Very nice question, Daniel. Thank you for that question. Yeah, and you have talked about pro-life and pro-abortion people coexisting. Citizen Go, what we do is we defend life, family, and religious freedom. We are not out there to compete with these pro-abortion people like marriage soaps, IPPF, and what have you. But we try to educate people out there about the importance of, protecting and promoting human life from conception to natural death. And if at the end of the day, this awareness we are creating makes these pro-abortion people have no business, makes them close down their businesses. Like I know in the US, International Planned Parenthood Federation is closing clinics like massively because people are not going for abortions anymore. So what we do is try to create awareness on the importance of life, the importance of defending human dignity. And Citizengo is not just here in Kenya. We are headquartered actually in Spain, and we are all over the world. And now we just recently came to Africa, but we are trying to do our best. And like I said, how we do this is through petitions. If you go to our website, you can actually create a petition yourself. If you think there's an issue in Malindi where you come from that needs to be addressed, if for example a court there is trying to legalize an abortion, like the other day there was a case in Malindi about a young girl who was trying to be denied her rights. She was sexually abused, but nobody is talking for her behalf. We do that, we create a petition, and we try to create an awareness by having people sign. And once they sign, we take it to this court with a cover letter and maybe do a press release, press conference, and we call for action on that. And we actually cannot go to like Mashinani, like you said. We cannot go to Nyahururu, we cannot go to Busia, but we know there are people there who are using internet. And also, there are people there who are doing their own little efforts. Like there's a church in Busia, like there's a good little organization that is in, for example, Kitui. What we do is we contact them and we partner with them. We work a lot with partnerships, collaborations, because we cannot reach out everywhere. Because like I said, we pro-life people, most of the times we rely on donations. Actually, Citizengo relies on fundraising and donations. And we cannot do so much. But we believe by creating networks, by collaborating, by reaching out to many organizations and coming together, and actually our goal is like if all pro-life organizations in the world can speak in one voice, and we create a network, it would be perfect.
Pass the mic. Oh, thank you very much. Give it up for Anne. Thank you for that. All right. Keep your question short because of time. We're running out of time now.
Yeah, I'm Katrin. And I feel that it's a suggestion that you should, if you said you cannot reach out to many people, but I feel you can just create the pro-life movements in like every church. You can organize with maybe the Catholic Church, the ACK, such that even those young girls in the Mashinani have a platform to hear this, because it's maybe in the cities where you get to know about this, but if you just create just a small channel for them to know about that, it will help them a lot. Finally, tell us about IVF babies and when their life begins.
Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, so I'm giving you, I'm being told time is up, so I'm giving you like a minute or so, please.
Okay.
All right.
More than enough. Perfect. Okay, on partnering with people in Mashinani, for example, I am a board member of Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops, Family Life, and I know the Family Life department is reaching out to the very small church that is even in Mandera in Wajir. And once in a while, the coordinators meet for training, and we talk to them, and they disseminate. It's like doing training of trainers. You get it? So we know that once we meet, like they meet like twice per year. So once they come, they tell us their challenges, and we make sure that they carry the information to Mashinani. Yeah, so besides the KCCB, we have been to ACK, the provost there in Austin's Cathedral. Yeah, but of course we are trying to make it better. Like I said, we just came in last year, September, Citizen Go Africa, and we are sure, even with your support, with all of you supporting us, we can do better. The other question was
about IVF.
IVF babies.
Intravalent, no. Okay, I forgot.
In vitro fertilization.
In vitro fertilization.
Yes, babies. When their life begin. Well, personally, and as Citizen Go, we do not advocate for IVF. We do not advocate for surrogacy because, like I said, we promote human dignity, and we believe that human dignity of babies are violated in the whole process that is coming up. There's a lot of testing, there's a lot of killing of babies, uteruses, babies before they are taken to the uterus, and it's like experimenting on, babies,
human being,
on human beings. And the whole process actually lacks a lot of morals, it lacks a lot of, actually the word is ethics. There's a lot of ethical issues on IVF and surrogacy, and actually in the West, they are using surrogacy for homosexuality, for homosexual couples, for lesbians. They just go and do a lot of this stuff, and they're having babies, So we wouldn't advocate for that, because as Citizen Go, we believe marriage is between a man and a woman, and we believe that life should begin from conception. And once you start experimenting on this, then you are against what we stand for.
All right, thank you very much. Give it up for Anne. I think from the questions we are having from the audience, the best thing is we need to have another show like this, probably the Dr. Home, to come and talk about maybe in vitro fertilization, test tube babies and all that, all right?
Oh, yeah.
So, but I think according to that question, every life, wherever it may be found, starts when a sperm finds an ovum, whether that's in a test tube baby or in the fallopian. I guess that's the answer. I want to thank you for making time to come to my show and making this conversation about
always a pleasure.
About pro-life issues. Thank you for the work that you are doing to protect so many children and also mothers. And I hope that you'll come back again to this. Okay.
Of course.
All right. So give it up again for Tuan. All right. Now. We are going to watch a small clip here because we cannot finish this show without promoting life. So there was one lady called Milk Jerry who was here before. She was suffering from aortic aneurysm, and she needs 5 million shillings for her to have an operation in South Africa. And they need 5 million shillings. So far they've been able to raise more than 1 million shillings. And she's still asking and begging you to be able to promote her number, 30, whatever you've got. Be able to support her in any way that you can. So they sent us a clip, and we want to continue supporting them in their cause. So please watch this clip and also help them in their cause as we promote live Kenyans for Kenya. All right, let's go.
The most hurting thing to every mother is seeing her children hurting. But the most painful situation of them all is seeing your child suffering, and yet there's nothing you can do. You're really helpless at that point. I'm Milka Kimani, a mother of a 2-year-old boy, Nolan, who is really going through a rough, tough, and a confusing time at his tender age. I was diagnosed with aortic aneurysm, which is a problem with the artery that supplies blood to the body from the heart, and therefore need an urgent surgery in South Africa for the replacement of the same, which will cost 5 million Kenya shillings. As it is right now, I'm not supposed to lift anything weighing more than a kg. So technically this means I'm not able to carry my own baby. I cannot even lift him up. He has really changed because he has developed some anger issues. because we no longer bond the way we used to. At times, he would come to mommy and just stare at me with 1,000,001 thoughts going through his mind, and maybe he's asking, why doesn't mommy love me anymore? Why doesn't mommy care for me anymore? Or why is mommy so cold to me of late? He has changed from a kind, loving and calm boy to this harsh, unrecognizable, hot-tempered boy, because he lacks that attention and that love from his mother. I love my boy so much, and I would give anything just to make sure that he's okay. I would go to any length just to make sure that he is happy, just to make sure that he gets the attention and the love and the care that he deserves to get from his mother. Therefore, I'm appealing for any financial help so that I can get the treatment that I urgently need in South Africa. Help me give Nolan the love that he needs, the care that he needs, and the attention that he really needs right now. Help me give Nolan his mother back.
Get his mother back. That is powerful. That's powerful, and I hope that God will touch you in one way or the other and be able to support Milk and Jerry and her family to be able to send her to South Africa to have the operation and become the mother that she really wants to be. I want to thank all my guests today. I want to thank Ann Kyoko, who was part of my show today. I want to thank my guests, the audience who are here. I want to thank At African Absentia. I want to thank the Red Band, who are going also to be closing the show for us. Thank you for being part of this show. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being part of the conversation. I hope to see you next Wednesday. Do have a good night, be blessed, and be mad. Be exceptional, make a difference. Yeah, make some noise. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. All right, Redman, let's go.
Some black morning when this life is over, I will fly away, got to fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I will fly away, got to fly away. Yes, I will fly away, got to fly away. Glory, I will fly away, got to fly away. Oh yes, when I die, hallelujah, hallelujah, fly away, just a few more. Where did they and then? Oh, I will fly away, to a land where joy shall not end. I will fly away, got to fly away. Yes, I will fly away, got to fly away. I will fly away, got to fly away. Oh yes, when I die.